Back in Richmond, caution number 11 on the day. The 83 car had contact with the concrete wall. He has been on and off pit road, and the leaders have been on and off. The 77 car, Sam Hornish Jr. had a spin earlier, was involved in an incident out of turn 4, and just a moment ago, he had issues with a tire and wheel on pit road.
It looked like, you see how they just didn't get the lug nuts tight. Took off down pit road and the tire comes off. That's definitely issues for sure. And the tire actually passes Sam coming off pit road.
They're going to get that tire for speeding.
That's okay. They gave it a stop and go here. Here we go.
There's the official getting it as it bounced off the wall at the end. Did not make it onto the racetrack. Lots of action yet to come your way. We'll be back here in Richmond on ESPN2 tonight, 6:30 Eastern time for the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Joey Logano, who was to make his debut here this weekend, will make it next week in Cup at New Hampshire, but he will lead him down to the green flag at Nationwide. Tonight, NASCAR Now, 9 o'clock, 9:30 Eastern time on ESPN2. NASCAR Now Roundtable will have all the discussions among the experts tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern time. And then next Sunday, we're going to kick off the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup at New Hampshire, presented by GoDaddy.com, 1 o'clock Eastern time on ABC. Remember a year ago when Clint Moyer just got in the chase, barely got in, and he went to New Hampshire and opened up a can on the competition, leading 222 laps.
They better open that can a little bit early. That's what he better do. He's got some work to do today.
The 83 car received a black flag penalty. He was the one that brought the caution out, and what we are being told is he did not continue his progress around the racetrack, and NASCAR felt that by doing that he didn't come around, and so they brought him in, they black flagged him and brought him on the pit road.
Well, we all have opinions. I don't have to agree with everything that they do. They're obviously in charge of the race, but I think Brian just had the flat tire, and there wasn't anywhere to pull down. That would have been my opinion of it. So, they run the race, and this time I'm just politely disagreeing.
This is the same thing we saw with Denny Hamlin when he had a flat tire up here in the spring race and stayed, slowed down and brought the caution out. I don't know. Looked to me like that he couldn't quite get down where he needed to. The 83 car.
Yeah, they held Hamlin 2 laps, by the way, in the spring after stopping on the racetrack and brought the caution coming out. Here we go for the restart. David Rudiman, can he hold off Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton, and Earnhardt Jr.? He has been the quick car the last 40 laps. Now with fresh tires, what can he do?
Check out this Kyle Busch, 18's underneath Rudiman right here. He's in the lucky dog spot, trying to get this lap back.
And the 42's already got ahead. You can see Rudiman really fighting, trying to get to the bottom of the racetrack on that restart, but the 42 held him from making that happen. They was able to settle in now.
Actually, the 42 just took the lucky dog spot. Actually took the lap back, putting the 18 in the lucky dog spot.
Andy, you said it earlier, don't count that 18 bunch out. They get that lucky dog, get back on the lead lap. They still got a very good race car.
Yeah, right now he's still pulling for Montoya to stay in front of this 44.
We have 32 cars still on the lead lap with Montoya being up there right now. The 18's pretty fast. He might get himself back on the lead lap without a caution flag right here. Looking to the high side of David Rudiman.
Still, these new tires, it's really hard to make that outside groove work. If he could work on it just a little bit.
More on David Rudiman. Jamie.
Well, as we watch him continue to lead, Doc, coming into this race, he'd only led 6 laps in his entire career in 52 starts. Today, he's already led about 65 laps. So that leads me to ask DJ, what is it like seeing that UPS car out front again?
That's a great sight. I tell you what, the relationship I obviously had with UPS was fantastic. But I'm more excited for David Rudiman and this race team. They've worked extremely hard. He's a very talented race driver. And they're finally getting cars that are complementing his ability, and that's the best thing to see.
You were a major part of trying to help that Michael Waltrip racing team get started from the ground up, and obviously this has got to be a good day knowing they've at one time had all 3 cars running in the top 5. Rudiman holding on as the lead. Here is the 6th car, David Reagan, being shown back in 18th position, and he was just hanging on by 1 point to that valuable 12th and final transfer spot for the chase. Now the 07 car, there's a 07 of Clint Boyer back in 24th position.
He's in a hornet's nest right here, though. Got the 3 wide off turn 2. That's risky.
Nobody can be safe here. There's racing all over the racetrack. We see Casey Kane just behind him. He's obviously going to have to get a better better spot than that if he's going to try. As we see Dale Jr. trying to take over the third spot from Jeff Burton.
We see these guys racing a lot here in this second half of the race.
Jr. able to make that pass. Looks like his car was off a little bit the last run that we had, but maybe they've gone back and made the necessary adjustments to try to get him back up towards the front.
By virtue of making a pass a moment ago on Blaney and McMurray, Clint Boyer has now moved up to 21st position on the racetrack, but more importantly, he has now moved back into the top 12 in chase contention. Now trying to move by the 41 car. That would be for 20th spot.
Yeah, and he really has sights on the 6. He can now see the 6 from where he's sitting, so he's feeling a lot better about his situation right at this point in time. Still a lot of traffic around there, and as he's trying to go around, it looks like Clint's car is working better on the bottom of the racetrack.
It's a lot better this run. He was terrible the run before this, but it's a lot better here. It must not have that last set of tires didn't agree with this car.
Yeah.
Plus, getting blocked in the pits didn't help him either. He had to go back in the back and all that traffic, and was just trying to weave his way through.
Yeah, about the last 10 laps of that run before that, he really was struggling. He lost like 4 spots. Shannon?
Yeah, tight in the center is the thing that Clint Boyer's saying right now. But, guys, there are a lot of voices over his radio. Richard Childress, his team owner, his spotter, Mike Dillon, of course, his crew chief, Gil Martin. Everyone just telling him to stay calm, stay patient. Richard Childress actually told him to go to the bottom when the leaders were coming on top of him on the last run. So right now, Clint Boyer back in the chase. Guys, they've also told him, save fuel.
We have
caution on the track.
Go up a little bit, go on up a little more.
Boyer snuck through there. This happened right in front of Clint Boyer.
Yeah, I think it was the 43s you see there. The 99 and the 21 were the 3 that I believe were most involved.
Come in and get some tires and just look for any damage.
Kyle Busch gets the lucky dog here. Puts him back in this race.
Montoya, who had passed David Rudiman and stayed out in front of him, he's on the lead lap and will get to catch up, come in and get some tires.
He got it back the old-fashioned way.
Yep. So caution number 12, a break for 2 drivers. We'll show you again what happened. Bill Elliott, the 21 car, 99 Edwards, and the 43 Bobby Labonte. Watch up in the front of this from Michael Walters on board.
Looks like Bobby Labonte gets a little bit loose right there. And then Carl Edwardson, trying to miss that, got below and got into the side of Bill Elliott. Richmond Racing. See Clint Boyer right here in the 07 down on the bottom. David Reagan right there also.
I think his heart skipped a beat right there.
Both of those guys, yeah. It's a good thing they're young. It doesn't take long to get it started back.
Well, how do they see anything, though? I mean, it was the cloud on the racetrack and cars blocking the bottom lane. Well, caution number 12, Kyle Busch back on the lead lap, folks, with 84 laps to go. Mark it down. Rudiman, the leader.
Monday.